Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. I keep coming back because I got fantastic news. You know, it is a it is wonderful to recognize how propaganda works. I was talking to my sweet, wonderful wife today, and we were talking about some things that I experienced when I was a kid and how using advertisement could affect a person. I remember when I was a kid, I used to, you know how young boys are, they always want to be men. They want to be bigger than what they really are. They want to grow into that manhood. For some strange reason, they think it has something to offer. I remember when I got a chance to come out of those cotton fields in Mississippi, and I went to Chicago, and I started working at Jay's Potato Chip Factory. And now, instead of making $10 a week for chopping cotton, I was making $65 or $70 a week for working in that factory. And that was real money. I mean, now I could go to the store and buy my own pants, buy my own shirt. And I think back in those days they had mohair. It was really cool, you know, and knits and stuff like this. So we felt so proud. We wear different color pants, different color shoes. Hey, that was what had been sold to us as being something that was attractive. I remember one thing in particular that really exemplifies exactly what I'm speaking of. They used to advertise Brill cream. Some of you white guys know what I'm talking about. They say a little dab will do you. You just put a little dab there, rub it in a hand, stroke it across your hair, and take that comb, and you just comb it to the side, and everything's going to be so beautiful. But we find out that in reality, you only had a smell of the Brill cream, but the hair was still the same. But that's just a small thing. I was in Chicago during this time, and I was looking through the magazine, and they had an advertisement of a product where it makes your hair grow. And being still in high school, I wanted to come back from Chicago, going back to the South, and I wanted to make sure I had hair on my face. I wanted a beard. I wanted a mustache. I rubbed that stuff all in my chest. I don't have chest hair. When I opened my shirt up, all you're going to see was hair. I bought into that. I spent my money, $20 to buy a bottle of stuff like that. And I rubbed it on my face every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, just making sure that it got enough, that it got into my pores and it was going to do its thing. At the end of the summer, I didn't have one string of hair. Wanted my money back. But I couldn't get my money back. They had it. I had been deceived. I bought into it. So that kind of exemplifies what we go through every day in life. I sit up and I think about people who really work hard, people who work in stores, they stock food, they're cashiers, they're service people, and they really want to have a wonderful life just like anybody else. But today, in the 21st century, 2020, what is it, 2018, they are fighting for a $15 wage. A $15 wage. Do you know how far that is from having your dreams come true? That's like being in Mississippi chopping cotton for $10 a week. And yet, people don't want to accept the facts of life that says if you change, you can make things better. I'm thinking about the children who just got killed in Florida. And the high school kids are really upset. They are mad at the politicians, but what they're really angry at are adults, black and white, all of us. We have settled for the conditions of the world. We have not done anything to make the world better for them. And as they grow up in this world, what do we expect to come from them? They're going to be a repeat of what we have given them. And we're going to be walking around with our mouths stuck out talking about they didn't learn anything. We didn't teach them anything. But I want to say to them, as they have projected that on March 24th they're going to be doing some marching. And they want people all across the country to march with them in solidarity to indicate that changes must be made. And it's the young people's voice. I got a little daughter named Reese. Reese always tells me, Daddy, it's the young people that makes the difference. If you want to know what's going on or want to get some new ideas about something, listen to the young people. And I do listen to the young people. But there's also a message to the young. I want you to recognize that as long as you focus on that which is so important to you, you're not going to be successful. Think about the 99%, how they marched all over Wall Street. And did they accomplish anything? Nothing measurable. Think about Black Lives That Matter who walked all across the country standing up for this and standing up for that. Did they accomplish anything? You guys got to hold it. Did they accomplish anything? Not that you can measure. Think about the Me Too group, where the women are now standing up and saying, we've been abused, we're not going to keep our mouths closed, we're going to stand up and do what we have to do to protect ourselves. Well, what are you accomplishing? I'll tell you this from experience. You're not going to accomplish anything if that's the mindset that you have. Now, what I would think that would really mean something, if all across this nation, everybody who found something that they're discontented with about this system of government stand in solidarity, recognizing that it is not just your problem that's important, but everybody who's standing up is your problem. And together you're going to demand that something happens. And when you can say, all of us, that's a sign that you're growing. That's a sign that you're maturing. That's a sign that you move beyond the selfishness. And you become more altruistic, and God is glorified in that. And when you can do that, all of heaven, all of everything will stand before you. Because you will go to those polls. You'll still have politics. And you will change the system. You will put politicians in there who will think just like you. And that would be so simple. And rather than worried about $15 an hour, you'll be able to know that whatever your job is just as important as any job. If you're cleaning toilets, it's just as important as being CEO of a company. But it's not just that. You receive the same benefits as a toilet cleaner as a CEO of a country. They can travel, you can travel. They can have nice homes, you can have nice homes. And why? Because you are a part of the success. And no part left out makes the thing as beautiful as it does when you're included. I'm telling you something from my heart. It should be so simple for you to see, but I understand that you don't. The only way you're going to see it is those amongst us who see it don't accept anything else. This is when we become the light of the world. This is when we become love letters to the world. This is when we can call ourselves the true children of God. We can't sit up and say, well, God bless me, I got a good job, and somebody else is over there jobless and hungry. Come on. Just that simple. Thank you. This is Eddie Marcus once again. Hey, let me tell you one other thing. I was at this movie, Black Panther, and as the credits were going at the end of the movie, I mean, it had so many people involved in it. I'm just looking at the screen, and out of all the names that were being scrolled through there, I looked up and saw a name that says Eddie Porter. It just blew me away, because before I got adopted, my name was Eddie Porter. And I know that everybody who went to this movie, who was watching the screen, they saw Eddie Porter. They think it was me. And I felt so fantastic. I just wanted to share that with you. So have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.